Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is going to be episode 2 of my gameplay on Chellington Valley. If this is what you're looking for, please stay tuned. Alright folks, welcome back to Chellington Valley. So, you guys are probably all wondering, especially with the poll I put out. I mean, some of you, if you look back at the results, will probably be able to assume what's going to happen. As you can see, I haven't changed anything yet, but we are going to run some seasons on here. That's what we are going to end up doing. We are going to finish our barley harvest first. I'm going to stop planting, which I haven't started again. I'm just not going to do anything with this field because we're going to reset the growth, so we just kind of lost a little bit there. But what we're going to do, we are going to get our barley harvest done here. I'm going to get all this done, get all this off the field, and then we are going to put seasons on. So if you really hate seasons and you're like, this is a terrible idea and you want me to take it off again, then you probably should go vote on that poll. So out of 965 people that voted, 71% of you said seasons. You wanted seasons. Essentially the poll was to see two things. Some of you, I wanted to see if you wanted me to add more mods in, or if you wanted me to run seasons or not. So there was a couple things kind of to vote on there for. So 71% of you said you wanted to see seasons. So I am going to run seasons since I don't have another seasons gameplay going right now. And I understand some of you, especially if you're new to the channel, you don't want to start from... It might be hard to start and try to catch up with the gameplay series such as Willamina Forest or such as my No Man's Land series. And No Man's Land series and Willamina Forest do have quite a bit going on, especially on No Man's Land. No Man's Land is honestly quite a complex series. It just really is, and it's kind of hard to follow if you're not a huge part of it or not super into it or super engaged with it. So I totally understand. Those series are still going to go for the time being. Willamina Forest will probably be the next one to wrap up, and that'll probably be in 5 to 10 to 15 episodes, somewhere in that range. I'm going to try to put out a lot of Chellington Valley content because these episodes, I'm still going to keep it laid back. I'm not going to go crazy. It's not going to be a No Man's Land. It's not going to be a Willamina Forest. It's just, I'm going to keep it laid back still. So having said that, 67% of you wanted more mods. So I am going to run some... Look at that train. That train's absolutely incredible. That's fantastic. But yeah, so I am going to run some more mods, but it's not going to be crazy. I'm going to keep it pretty chill. There's not going to be any role play. I'm not going to do subscriber contracts. You guys are still welcome to leave comments on what you want me to see. I still want you guys to engage with the series. I want to engage with you and see what you guys want to see. I mean, hence why I did the poll and everything like that. But at the same time, it's not going to be crazy. The series is going to be... I'm not going to do it if I don't enjoy it. And I think I'm going to enjoy doing seasons, I think, on here. I haven't done seasons for a while. And it's actually pretty good timing right now since I'm starting a tutorial series on seasons as well, which I know there's other series out there, but a lot of people have asked me about that and stuff like that, so I'm going to go ahead and get that put out or get working on that. The first part of that's already come out. But yeah, so I'm still going to keep these episodes fairly simple and easy to follow. I want to please everyone that I possibly can. I'm never going to be able to do that. But so I am going to add a few more mods in, but it's not going to be crazy, and I'm not going to add any really crazy mods like nothing that I've used in No Man's Land, and I'm not going to add anything crazy in. And another thing I think I'm going to do, there's a couple of mods that I can't do this. For example, this one right here obviously is not available for console, so I can't, you know, it's just not available for console. So this is an example of one that's not available for consoles. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm going to, at the request of a few of you, and I think this will also force me to keep it really simple, I'm only going to add in mods that are available for all platforms, except for obviously like easy development commands. And another one that is not available for consoles that I'm going to add in is the animal screen extended. All that does is if you're in, we don't have any animals right now, but if you're in like an animal screen, it just shows you like a running total of how many animals you have going on in there. Where's our tractor's up here, isn't it? But it just kind of shows you a total as far as animals in there, and it also allows you to just hold down I think it's the enter key to switch animals over and stuff like that. So it just makes it a little bit easier to use, I think. So I'm just going to use that because that's not really, I think, something that's super unrealistic or unreasonable. But yeah, we're just going to farm on seasons on here. We'll probably still plant line seed here, which I guess is also known as flax seed, which I do know what that is. So it's all coming together. I don't really need this trailer, so let me actually just stop here for a second, disconnect that. So yeah, and I hope you guys enjoy that and are okay with that. And I hope even if it's not what you wanted, if you hated seasons or you didn't want me to run seasons, that you're still willing to watch, and I hope you'll enjoy this series. But yeah, I'm not going to go crazy. I enjoy this map. I don't know how long this series is going to go, and I'm just going to build up a farm, just kind of almost in... Again, I'm not going to change the name of the series. I started it off as the Back to Basics series. We're going to keep it very basic. Yeah, it's going to be very, very basic. So that's still the goal. I hope you guys understand all that. But yeah, so what we're going to do now, I am going to go ahead and get this barley off the field, and then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to load back into this game. I'm going to save it, load back in with seasons on, and we're going to go from there. So that's kind of the plan for now. And I'm willing to take mod suggestions down below and everything like that, but I'm not going to add anything crazy, and I'm not going to add a ton of mods in. And in general, I don't really want to use a whole lot of mods. I still just personally, for me, want to try to see what I can accomplish using mostly base game equipment. So it's partially like that's kind of a challenge for me, since I normally enjoy using a ton of mods. But not that I'm anti-mod, obviously, because I use a ton of them. But in this series, I'm going to try to keep it simple. And I think this kind of fine balance of adding a few more mods in, but not going crazy, and adding seasons in, I think this is going to make it so hopefully the majority of people are really going to enjoy this series. So that is what's going to happen on here. But yeah, for now, I'm going to go ahead and just get this barley harvested, and I'll bring you guys back in when I have seasons turned on here. So I'll see you guys here just a little bit. All right, welcome back, folks. It is day 1, early spring. We have seasons officially on this bad boy. Let's go down to the farmyard here. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. So a couple of things to note. Well, actually, let's go into our settings here. Let's just take a look at what our game settings are going to be. In here, that's all off. That's default. Yep. I am going to leave this on normal. I did consider going down to, or going up to hard, but I am going to leave it on normal. I think that's going to be a good mix. All this is going to stay on. I'm going to leave weeds off. I'm just going to leave them off for now. Just because I think it'll just be a little bit easier. So I'm also thinking back to my Sandy Bay series, and Sandy Bay was a hard series for me to record because there's a lot of stuff I had to do off camera in order to put those episodes together. If that ends up being the case with this series, then I'm not going to be able to put out very many episodes of it. It's just going to take a long time, and it's going to be a really long, drawn out, and not very exciting series for me or for you guys. So I'm going to try to keep it still simplified the way it is. We have the same amount of money. Everything's the same up there. Let's go into the seasons menu, though, and just adjust a couple things. So we're going to do 6-day seasons. Yes. That's fine. That doesn't matter. We'll turn that off because it shouldn't matter. And we're going to stick it in Fahrenheit because I understand Fahrenheit. Okay. So this is going to be a lot of fun. I'm pretty excited about this. So what geo am I on? So I am using Season Geo UK Southwest by Genome Atom FBM. This is an all platforms geo. So there you have it. Now it does say we actually can do cotton on here. I did take the John Deere Cotton Harvest DLC out of here because I didn't think we'd be able to do it. Does it have it has sugarcane on there as well? Wow. Okay. Interesting. I'm surprised that temperature is that low, but we probably won't end up doing either of those crops anyways. But yeah, if you guys can think of a better geo, I'm willing to switch, but this seems to be a reasonable geo for our area. It seems to be kind of appropriate for it at least, so it seems to be fine. But we'll see how it goes. Soybeans, that's a late planting window there. Late harvest window. But anyhow, yes, and those harvest pretty quick. You get those... Maybe not pretty quick. I guess I'm looking through it. Yeah, it's all fine. It's all fine and dandy. It all works out great. But yeah, so and that's because doing a little bit of research, I looked for Bedfordshire, UK, which is what Chellington Valley is kind of fictionally based off of that area, and that seemed to be kind of in the southwest region of the UK, maybe kind of, or at least it fell under the area that the geo highlighted. So, and also it says in the southwest here, it says this mod fits very well to the map Sandy Bay. So it should be fine. I think this will be a good geo to run. As far as mods go, so I am going to have a link down below to all the mods, an entire complete mod list of what we're using on here. Now, we don't have very many mods. I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 mods, which I know that might sound like a lot, but one of them's the map, one of them's seasons, one of them's the geo. So as far as that goes, the one mod I did add that I know that I kind of was back and forth on whether or not I should add, and I'm not an expert at how to use it by any means, I did add Courseplay in. Now I know that one's for PC only, but that I added that one in. I'm going to try to use that because I think that'll also help with me getting episodes out and stuff like that. So I added that in. So as far as the whole mod list right now, obviously we have Chellington Valley, which is currently for PC but should go to all platforms eventually. We have Seasons, which is all platforms. We have the Alpine Farming Pack, the Anderson Group Equipment Pack. Both of those are official DLCs. We have the Animal Screen Extended, which I talked about already. That is PC only. We have the Kloss Pack, or the Platinum Expansion. That's an official DLC. Then, of course, I just mentioned Courseplay. Then I also added in the CSZ Equipment Pack because I think that's kind of just a staple, and that's for all platforms. I have Disable Vehicle Camera Collision. That's for all platforms. I have Easy Development Controls in, which again, that's mostly just so I can do thumbnails, quite honestly, and that's installed. Then I also have the Homer Terra Variant DLC and the Convertland and Vicon Equipment Pack, which both of those are official DLCs. Then I have a pallets mod installed that's for all platforms, and then I have Seasons Geo installed, which is for all platforms. And then another one which I already talked about in the first episode was the Workshop Tabber, which is for PC only. So the palette pack I added in, I wanted to use Quiet Hitman's palette pack, but I decided I'm just going to keep it simple for now. It's this one right here. It just adds in all these different guys, and mostly the main reason I want it for is it's a bigger palette of fertilizer. So I don't think it's like a ton cheaper or anything crazy like that, but I think it's just a simple one. Essentially adds in versions of that. So just super simple. I'm keeping it as simplified as possible. I'll probably end up adding in a few more mods. And this isn't, I don't want this to turn into a series where every episode I'm like, okay, yeah, I added in 15 more mods, or added in one more mod even. So we're not going to do that. I'm just going to have what we have now, and we're probably going to at least run this episode, maybe a couple more before we add in the end. But yeah, so now we're set up. We're good to go. Now, what do we need to do here? So it's actually 43 degrees as a soil temp. So let's go back in that Seasons menu here. That's also, we need to do a few things now, actually. So we need to go into here, and we need to buy our, is it under miscellaneous? Yes, here's part of the CSZ pack there. But yes, the MT9, the Magical Seasons hand tool, we will buy that. Yep, perfect. So let's go out and take a look at our fields here. So crop rotation wise, they're both fallows. Oh, that is fantastic. Now it does need plowing in line, but we can start getting that going here in a second. But that is absolutely amazing. Both fallows? That's perfect. That's going to take us forever to walk over to this next field. Do I have my speed on? Yes. So I do also, I guess, use the easy development controls to walk a little faster, but that's mostly that's mostly just for the convenience of it and everything like that. But and if you guys don't want me, if you guys want me to take out some of these mods, or you disagree with running the Workshop Tabber for whatever reason, or you hate that I have Courseplay installed, just let me know. And I will mention with Courseplay, I am nowhere near an expert, so if you want to see someone who is an expert, definitely check out the Farm Sim guy, because he's an expert. See, here's all the line seed we planted, but at least it still shows up as fallows, it looks like. Harvested line seed. Yeah, okay, so it still shows up as 2 fallows before, which is great. And I'm assuming this one's probably also going to be fallows before, which is great. A lot of times you don't actually have that when you start off on Seasons, so that means we can plant whatever, and we're going to do absolutely amazing off of it. So, yep, double fallows on this one, even though we had barley on it before, so. Yeah, okay, it does say barley, but it's not, yeah, okay, anyhow. So, looking in here, let's go check over here. It's all kind of wacky right now, but it needs plowing. Weeds aren't going to be an issue, so I'll leave that off. Let's turn everything off. Needs lime. All 3 need lime. Plowing, all 3 need plowing. And that one has a fertilizer state. So it kept that. Great. And they all need fertilizer. So in Seasons, if you don't know, there's 3 fertilizer states. So we have a lot of work to get these fields up and going, which we're going to start doing. And as far as, another thing I want to mention too, as far as time goes, right now we're in 1 times. I'm going to fast forward time as I feel I want to get to the later on to get to new seasons, and I'm going to drop time back down when I'm actually doing stuff. So it's just the way I'm going to do it. I don't really want to just run it at 5 times because I don't know. I'm just going to keep it that way for the time being. And again, I'm still open to suggestions and everything like that. And if now all of a sudden you guys are watching this and 3,000 of you go vote on that poll on my community tab, and we're just going to hop back to the farm. I'm sorry. But if a bunch of you all of a sudden get on the community tab and say, whoa, we disagree with Seasons, and all of a sudden there's a bunch of votes the other way, then we'll change it up. But I'm still, again, going to keep mods fairly simple, like I've kind of talked about already. So I think this is a good mix. But enough talking. let's get into farming, guys. I'm so excited to play on this map. This this map is awesome. It just is. What do we have for equipment here? We need to take a look. So we need obviously something that's going to do some plowing. So we do have a small plow. We could use that. Now 2.5 meters, 14 grand. Now in seasons, we should be able to sell that. That should be the actual price for it if we go into plows in here, since it doesn't have any door. Yes, that's the actual price for it. So 2.5 meters. Part of me, since we're using Courseplay, we could, and I think we may want to do this, is maybe grab a subsoiler. 3 meters, 4 meters. We grab a 4 meter one for $9,500. That actually might be a good way to go about it. So, because that'll do a plowing state as well as get it all cultivated and good to go for us. And as far as seeders go, do we have a? I think we have a direct drill, don't we? So that's actually not that big of a deal, but it's a little bit easier to operate than this guy here, and that guy does have some hours on it, but we could still sell it for full price. If you have less than an hour on a piece of equipment in seasons, you can sell it directly. So that's not too bad to do. We have mowers and stuff in here, some weights. Okay, we're good. We're doing good. We're doing fine. I definitely want to do horses in this series because I've never done horses on seasons before. I just never have. So I definitely want to do that. But we don't have like a fertilizer or a lime spreader. But gosh, a lime spreader is going to cost us, because that doesn't do lime, does it? Yeah, those are our liming options. So this guy right here, we only have to do it once every 3 harvests. So I'm thinking if we lease this guy, it's 2 grand there. We do the extension, or let's do the big one, 750. That doesn't really add a whole lot. 6 meter spreading unit, that adds a little bit, but that'll speed up production. So hopefully we have to use it less hours. I think we're going to go ahead and lease that. I think that's going to be a good option for us. So we're going to lease that because we need to get lime put down on the fields. And we actually could use this to do a fertilizer state as well while we had it. So we could probably put... well, what we'll probably end up doing is we'll probably end up liming the fields, throwing down fertilizer, planting the fields, and while we're planting them, we should be able to put another fertilizer state in, potentially. Actually, I don't know if it's going to let us do that. So let's do lime, fertilizer, then we should be able to plow, and then we should be able to plant with fertilizer, then we can add another one in the first growth state. So that should work out just fine for us. So let's go ahead and let's go down to the store. Let's go ahead and pick that up. We are going to need to buy some lime for it, which do we have? Do we have a lime station down at the store? We don't down there. Where is the lime station on this map? It's up there. Okay. We potentially could do that. We might just buy it down at the shop. So how much is the K? Well, we'll take a look. We'll go down there. We'll drive down there. We'll see how much we needed to get for it. But my goal of this episode, well, actually, is this goes down here. I wish that cut over. I keep saying that. I didn't notice this, which I didn't notice before. This is a road, or a path at least, that you could take around here and get to all the fields that way. So if I don't want to take the main road, I can do that. Though I think overall it's probably gonna be faster to take the main road most of the time. But yeah, so let's just do this real quick with you guys in here. How much is that gonna hold? The way we configured it. Extension big, it's gonna hold 14,000, is that right? Yeah, 14,000. Okay. Up out of there. Let's go to pallets. How much is that lime one? 2,400. I think that's the cheapest option. So it's going to hold 14,000 liters. Let me do some quick math on a calculator here. So 14,000 divided by 2,400. So we need 5.8 pallets. So we'll just buy 6 pallets. Let that load in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, that should be enough there for us. So what I'm going to do, and there's all of our junk right there. I am going to drive up to the store, pick that up, get that loaded up, and bring it back in here, and then I'll bring you guys back in after I do that. All right, so we should be good to go. So I'm not going to go into any detail about how to use Courseplay or anything, but we should be good to go to drive this course, and this should, theoretically speaking, lime this whole field, but we will see. We're probably going to have to make several trips back to the store to get more lime. Let's make sure this is actually doing what we need it to. I had to save out of the game and load back in, so let's go ahead and get all that shut off there. Perfect, yes, it's doing what it needs to do. So it should drive around twice and then go back and forth and get all the middle stuff. So I'll get all those fields limed here. And that should get us making some progress, actually. But we probably should start talking about what we're going to plant. Definitely leave it down in the comments if you think we should do something different or anything like that. It might be too late if I end up recording ahead of time, though. But yeah, so again... sorry, excuse me. Let me know what you guys think we should plant down there. But I'm thinking I definitely want to do line seed. Looking at some different prices and things. I don't think we should do carrots or onions our first year. I think that'll just be a bit much for us. And then I was thinking maybe do like spelt and then maybe do tritical. That might be a good way to go about it. So if we do Alt S, we should be able to go to the crop rotation planner. Well, previously it'll be a fallow, so I can just do that for all of these. Well, we just have 3 fields, I guess. So field 1, 2, and 3. So field, if we get out of here, actually. Oop, nope, I hit the wrong button, darn it. There we go, okay. If we get out of there, field 1 is the big one, so I think we'll do just critical spelt or linseed. Let's see which one's supposed to be maybe a lesser yield, theoretically speaking. Spelt. That tritical? That might be tritical. Alright, we'll do tritical in that field. Alright, seasons here, so actually it'd probably be this way. Yeah, there we go. Critical. This one's gonna be spelt. Oh, there it is. And then this one will be line seed. So yeah, it should be a good yield all around, so we can kind of start taking a look and see what we should do next. So cereals are not good. Obviously, cereal to cereal is probably not going to be good. We could do an oil seed. That'd be a good way to go about it. So an oil seed would be good, like canola or sunflowers. Those would probably both be really good options. We could do soy. Corn's not bad. Now this is going to be 1.14 no matter what we have here. But this is just what could go next. So root crop did really good. Sugar beets we could do, but I don't really want to do that. Those are all cereals. What about onions and carrots? Carrots are a root crop, so we could do carrots after 1. On field, that's a big field to do it on, but we could do that. We could do carrots here as well. But so if we did carrots, pasture grass I've heard makes you really good money, so we could do a grass. Pasture grass would be a good one to rotate through, and then we could also do maybe. Oh, geez, did we do? Yeah, we did. Yeah, I don't know. We want to change it up, so maybe when we do an oil seed on this one, like sunflowers or canola. So canola or sunflowers probably there. Yeah, that'd be good. So we're not going to buy any fields, I think, for our first year on here. We're probably just going to keep 1, 2, and 3. I think that's a good way to go about it. Yeah, we'll just maintain those fields, and that'll be a good way to get us going into it. And yeah, we'll start doing some of those root crops in the next year. But as far as like expansion, all the fields are separate in general. So we have a lot of like little, we could actually even maybe buy, we could always take out a loan. Oh, looking at balance versus, shouldn't let us buy that. Yeah, okay. Normally it shows up as red if you can't afford it. But those are all pretty, we need some money to operate off of, so I don't think we'll do those. Oh, we own field 36. Field 36 is a grass field. Okay, so, geez, I don't know what's up with my throat right now, but so field 36 we will definitely mow. We'll probably honestly do silage off it. But what do we have around here? We have sheep. We do have chickens. I think we need to get chickens going. Chickens are pretty easy. Now I know there's special feed requirements in, let's hop over to our chicken coop here. I know there's special feed requirements in Chellington Valley normally. I don't know if it's going to apply to seasons or not, but we'll see here. So, yeah, so here's what the animal screen extension does. It adds that in, but chickens are pretty easy to go about it. Meat breed, extremely fast growing and has a fast turnaround of profit. Requires a lot of feed. Okay, that's not too bad. White leghorn. This is the bird of choice if eggs are the top priorities. The breed requires less feed than any other breeds. And that's a good mix. So let's do some, last time I did seasons, I did a lot of Cornish crosses. Let's do some of these guys here. Yeah, let's do, I think for every 8 chickens, you want like 1 to be a rooster and 7 to be, if I remember correctly, I think that's the good ratio. See right here, I'm moving them automatically by doing this. So we'll add in, if we add in 80 total chickens, let's do, yeah, well, yeah, we probably should do more than that. So if we do 160 total, then that would mean that's 20 roosters we need. So let's add in 20 of these guys. I think that's 20 there that I just added over. And then we do 180 total, so we'll get these guys just transferring over. And after a while, it does speed up here. All of a sudden, you'll see it jump here in a second. There we go. So this is much faster. You know, let's just make it around 200. That may not be the best of the best ratios, but I think that'll be a good way to go about. Okay, so 1330. There's no fee, obviously, to transport them, which is great because you can't transport chickens otherwise. So put those guys in there. Now, we do need to get... oh, he's already out of lime, which is fantastic. So we do need to go into the seasons menu here and take a look at the chickens. Okay. Wheat, sugar beet. Okay, yeah, so they do have them different. Oh gosh. That is gonna be this is gonna be interesting, but we're gonna make it work. We weren't super prepared to do this, were we? This maybe wasn't my wisest choice, but hey, we're gonna make it work. You know what? Darn it, we're gonna make it work. Sorry, I was gonna make myself go a little bit faster walking wise. Transporting water, so they do need water that's right on this map, which they don't normally, so everything's a bit different, but that's okay, we can make it work. So the Aquatrans is probably something we're going to want for other animals as well anyway, so we'll go ahead and buy one of those. Yeah, we'll go and buy that, because we're going to need that to get them water. And do they need, what else do they need? They need straw? Oh gosh. Oh boy. Okay, well, we'll see how their health does, but if we get just some wheat in here, or they don't take barley? Oh no, this is just craziness. Well, we need to open this gate up. Chickens, don't run away, please. Let's go, sorry, this way is the farm? Oh, through here is the farm, huh? Yeah, maybe we actually close that up until we get through the actual portion there, but let's get these guys fed. Where are all my tractors and whatnot? Such a big trailer, too, to move around here, but we'll grab... I probably should buy a smaller trailer at some point, but we're just going to save the money for now. We'll keep using the big one that we have. And did they in our silo? Okay, they don't give us any of those crops. We should have all the other crops that we started out with, though. So wheat it is. We have a little bit of wheat. I mean, we always can buy more. Worst case scenario, if we run out of just everything we need to feed them, we can always change things up a little bit. Where's the out for the silo? It looks like it's right here, which is actually, that's actually a good spot for the out to be. I'm pretty happy with this design, actually. There we go, grab the wheat. I don't think it'll take all of it. We'll just start with that. I think that's going to be more than enough for a while. Because in seasons, you can't fill it up as far anyways. So let's go ahead and get this down to our chickens. Such a big trailer for this little tractor. I'm assuming we're going to have to just come in here and probably loop around. Honestly, since we're running seasons on here, I probably should have that like that. We'll just save the game real quick. Okay, yeah, I think that'll just be better that way if we need to hop out and do gates, especially on a map like this. I think that's just going to be helpful for us. I am going to run over some chickens, I apologize, but I think we have to go in here to get food in. Yep, there we go. Yeah, they didn't take hardly any of that, so if we go into the seasons menu here, yep, they took just a little bit. And again, it did say they don't need, I mean, that much for a year for that many chickens isn't bad. Sugar beets, carrots, soybeans, corn. We should have some corn, shouldn't we? Oh, barley. Barley can go there. We'll put barley in there. That'll be a good one to put in there. Okay, so barley, they do take barley. The carrots and sugar beets, is this the one we're not going to... We'll see how they do with water, wheat, and barley. That could be just terrible, but we'll see how it goes. Oops. And if they end up just doing really bad and we lose all of our chickens, they didn't cost us that much anyway. So we'll see how much these new food categories truly matter. But we'll... this will be interesting. Quite honestly. Oh man, which I know, and I know I've been warned about the I just didn't know it'd be different on seasons or not. And again, I don't know all the food types and whatnot. I guess I shouldn't say that. Quiet Hitman messaged me and showed me images of all the different food types that every animal took, which is super helpful. Maybe I should have looked at that before I did this, but I looked at them when he sent them and then I was like, yeah, okay, makes sense. I didn't expect to do animals right away. And I was kind of hoping on seasons that it would revert it back, but definitely not. So in case you're wondering that, and oh, by the way, that thing there is a fuel pump, which I didn't know. So it's a fuel buy point. You want to buy fuel from it, which is kind of nice to have around the farm. So that'll probably be where we get our fuel from. But we'll put the wheat back in here, and then we'll grab ourselves some. I thought this trailer tipped, but I guess it doesn't. So I'm losing my mind. But then we'll grab some barley real quick. and get that put out to the chickens, and then I'll need to go pick up their water and get that. Actually, I can take, we have a pickup truck too. I need to remember that. And that should be more than enough there. 3,000 liters. Such a big trailer for, because I mean, we could buy another, could buy a small trailer. And this guy's 8 grand. Capacity 4,000, 8 grand. Yeah, that might be nice. Just for doing stuff around the farm, it doesn't make sense to have this big behemoth of a trailer. So, yeah, but do I want to buy it or not? I mean, 8 grand. That's not too bad. We might consider that. Again, I'm not going to add any mods in for at least a couple episodes, probably, unless I think of one that I really need to add in. But I don't think I need to do that. So we might end up adding in. Yeah, we might do something with that, but we'll keep with what we got for now. We might end up getting another trailer. It just kind of doesn't make sense with having one already. But at the same time, this thing is so big to just come out here and feed 200 chickens with. There's our straw point over there. Ooh, we're gonna hit the fence. Ooh, whoops. Oh, come on, you can do it. Beautiful. Okay. I know we're killing all of our chickens by running them over, but happens sometimes. There we go. Yeah, they didn't take hardly any of that. Yeah, just a little bit of barley in that category. Okay, so I'm hoping that's the important one. This isn't as important, and this is even less important, but we'll see. How's their health doing? Health 80%. We'll see how that progresses in the next episodes to come, but whew, yep. So as far as what I'm going to do off camera, because I'm going to get ready to wrap up this episode here in a second. Off camera, I'm going to finish liming our fields, and I'm going to finish getting them probably just limed, honestly. I'll probably keep you guys in for, and I'll bring you guys back in as we move through. Not to say we're just going to lime them, and then the next episode we're going to just do one more portion of it and whatnot, but yeah, lime's our big goal on this episode. Well, chickens might be. I'm trying to think of chickens. Should I do chickens as a thumbnail, guys, or should I do lime? You don't have to, obviously. That's kind of a rhetorical question, because who knows? Is that, wait a second. We have a lime station at the farm. If you guys were screaming at your screen earlier, I apologize. I wonder how much it cost. Honestly, where we're at right now, it's faster probably to go to the shop than to the farm, but for field 1, it would be faster to go there and back. I wonder what it costs. It could be expensive though, but I think it should be fine. Okay. We do have, the other thing we could do, we could sell our pickup truck. Do we really need a pickup truck? Oh, I don't think we do. We can just use our tractors. Where do we need to go that we need a pick? Well, it'd be helpful for selling eggs though. Okay, we'll hold on to the pickup truck. I'll say I almost wanted to, almost could sell that, but anyhow, guys, I am gonna wrap up the episode now. So yeah, I'm gonna get liming done off camera, then I'll bring you guys back in for the next episode after that. So anyhow, if you enjoyed this episode, drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on your screen to join the Farmer Cop channel, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any future videos I may post. This is Farmer Cop, guys. Thank you all for coming and watching.